Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more episode of Talking Times. Imagine you decide to go to Ireland. Are you afraid of the possible things you will have to learn in order to be there? So today I'm here with my friend Bianca Dell'agnese. I said it right. And she has a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, but don't worry, you're about to meet her right after our podcast intro. Hello, Bianca. Welcome.
Hello,
Thank you so much for being here.
thank you.
Bianca, before we start, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Okay, I'm Bianca. That's what I'm about to say, but uh, I don't know, I'd say now I'm a waitress, but I have worked with a designer
Mhm.
and I have lived in many countries.
And are you, today you can say you are Brazilian, Italo-Brazilian. When somebody asks you where you're from, what's your standard answer today?
I am Brazilian. For
Okay.
sure, I am a Brazilian always.
Okay, once Brazilian, always Brazilian. All right, and you have done a lot of different things and you have been to many different places. Let's give our listeners an general overview. So, first, how many countries have you visited?
About 5 or 6
Okay.
countries.
And how many different things you have done in terms of professions?
Not too many stuff, but like kind of different stuff from that I have worked here.
Okay. So, can we say that English had an influence in all that?
Yes.
Okay, because one thing that I always say, but people they tell me, Mike, you are biased because you're an English teacher, is if you know English, it's gonna change your life. It's gonna open another universe for you. So let's go back in time to the basics. When did you decide to leave Brazil and how was the whole thing?
I decided to leave Brazil. I was at 2025, I remember. It
Mm-hmm.
was 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to leave because I had to learn English and the basic stuff to get into the English stuff. I
Okay.
mean, when you decide to get in the culture, you have to learn for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have other kind of situation that you can find someone to help you. Like how do you say that, and you can start to say in Portuguese. So you have to learn English for sure. For sure,
Yeah, no translation there.
no translation at all.
Yeah, and people say, you can use Google Translate. It's not functional. You translate, you cannot have a real conversation if you don't know the basics.
It is hard, and you have to learn that. Sometimes you learn the basics from the books.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk to people, you're gonna see fluently.
Mm,
It is kind of a different situation, and it gets better, I think.
okay, so the first country you visited was already Ireland.
Yes,
Okay.
the first time I lived Brazil, I got in Ireland.
Okay, and how was your English back then? Was it basic, intermediate?
It was like, I would say it's more basic.
Okay.
No, not really that much, but I can find myself like in the kind of situation that I can't ask for help. I
Okay.
like ask for a coffee, some information. Not really in a fluency way, but
Okay.
in a kind of like, okay, I have this robotic English a little bit, but it works.
But this is an amazing takeout for our students. You see, with the basic English, if you are open to communicate, you can get by. She's not a ghost. Okay, Halloween is over. Okay, so and how was the one thing that the students they're really scared is the immigration interview. So they are afraid of being like Donerminia, and they go
Yeah.
there. And, how was this moment for you?
This moment for me was I was prepared,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, because I asked some people who was already there that I know, and I kind of like interviewed myself at home, like practicing at home.
You recorded yourself, practice
Yeah.
with a friend.
In the mirror, like this kind of situation, like
Yeah.
you talk to yourself in the mirror.
Mm.
You don't get really shy, some pressure because it's an immigration, and of
Mhm.
course you get pressured.
Yeah.
But it was not that hard because you have to have the documents.
Mm.
Sometimes you just get the documents and give the documents to them. And there are some questions that you have money to
Okay. Yeah.
stay.
You have money to the person. Is he bribing me?
No, they have to prove that you
Mhm.
have money.
But you need to bring cash with you, or if you have
You can bring by cash or you can bring by card, international
okay.
card.
If you
It
have
doesn't-
anything that
yeah.
will prove that you are not gonna go there and go homeless right away and anything
Yeah.
like that. Okay. Do you remember how long was this interview? Like minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute?
It was like 5 minutes.
Very fast.
But it
then.
depends the person. Like
Mm.
I've seen this kind of situation that people have this kind of mistake in English. Like how is his intention to be here? And the person says something like I pretend to study.
Okay.
And you have to say I intend to study.
Good one. This is an English class, by the way. Pretend, guys, is like when you fake something. If I start imitating Silvio Santos, I will be pretending to be Silvio Santos. I'm not gonna do it. But if you have an intention, you have to say, I intend to. I don't have the skill, Yeah, I can only do the laugh, not the. That, are you certain? No. And that's it. Don't give me, don't incentivate me, Maurice. Yeah, I have to focus. I'm an adult. So, one thing to do is get your English ready for these basic questions.
Yes.
They normally ask, "Who are you?" Right?
Yes.
So you tell your name,
Where
where
you're gonna
from.
stay,
Where
your
you're gonna
school.
school.
You have to have the letters
Okay, so
already.
okay, let's go with that. So the way you went there was through an agency. You mentioned that you research a lot. So what hints you can give to our listeners,
I
specifically
I'm
about
a-
Ireland?
I must say that you should find an agency that you have a good available valuation.
Mm-hmm.
They people already have into it. You can talk to people who did the course.
Okay. Are there scammers too about this?
Yeah, a lot.
Fuck.
Yeah, a lot. That's why you have to talk to people who was already there. Sometimes you can find it in the groups on Facebook. You can talk to people there.
Okay.
They can say something about the agency. There's the good agency to go, the good school to go as well. Cheapest or more like not cheapest but good kind of school to go. I would say that if you want to go there, it's better if you talk to someone who's already there. Even if you don't know someone there, it is hard. It's really easy to find someone in the groups.
Find a real recommendation then. Okay. Do the agency already will set you up with, for example, you have a place to study there, but they will give you like dorms too, it's something like that, or the student has to look for these things?
It depends of the agency.
Okay. Because I imagine it's easier if you go to the place that you already know, okay, I have this place to sleep with a space for me to cook. Irish people don't cook, by the way, you're gonna hear something about that too, or they cook in a terrible way, But if you have the basics, because it's one less stress for the person. And after that, when you found the agency, how long was the whole process? Okay, I start doing the documentation. It was like months, weeks. How long does it normally take?
My agency got a month to do all
Very
the thing.
fast then.
Because they was a good agency.
Nice. And
But
you
some
went.
agency leave you there without the letters from the school sometimes.
Okay.
That's why you have to know about the agency really well.
You went all by yourself. How did you feel for you? How was the feeling? Like,
Good adventure to
Really?
me, really.
nice, nice. It's like
Really,
pirate
I
shit.
was really excited.
I imagine, like, oh my God, I'm gonna leave the country. Ah. All right. So let me take care of the chat before. Hello, Danielle. Hello, Cleverson. Hello, Isaac. Hello, Johnny. Isaac has a question for you, Bianca. What was the most difficult part of living abroad? A very easy question, Isaac. Thank you. Hi, Claudio. Hi, Johnny. So, if you could maybe say, okay, this was the hardest thing. What would you say, Bianca, from living abroad?
The hardest thing
Yeah.
to leave Brazil to go there.
Mm.
To me, I can't find an answer because to me it was a really exciting experience to go. I didn't find any part of this really hard to me.
And being there, what was the hardest thing?
Being there was kind of difficult in the beginning because you have to crawling by yourself.
Ah, okay.
You have to be by yourself, alone, find yourself like you can be shy to ask for information.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna talk about
Because
the introverts as
you're
well.
the only one who you're gonna help yourself.
Yeah,
You have to.
and so you need to be in a good place emotionally to imagine because you will be all alone. So you and your thoughts there. So you, okay. So don't go if you're running away from something. Do therapy first, and then you go to have fun. Okay. Johnny asked here, what to do when I don't know some I think some agency or you don't have any reference there. You just Google it and check the evaluations of the client, something like this. If you don't have any recommendation about the places.
As I said, you can find in the groups people who is already there, or you can try to talk with the if you have a good English.
Okay.
Kind of, or in the not just the beginning in English, but you can try to talk with the English schools as well because
Nice.
sometimes they have their kind of way to get in and make an according with you without the agency. But you have to
okay.
find the house by yourself anyway.
Okay.
It is not
and
easy.
again, have a nice recommendation, everything.
Yeah.
All right. From the moment you started living there, how long can you tell me? Okay, now my English is really functional. I feel comfortable. I'm thinking in English. Was like months, weeks.
To me, it was for like 3 months before.
That's very fast.
3
But
months
it makes
before.
sense. You were completely immersed in the
Yeah.
culture, listening and speaking all the time. Oh, you see, guys, turns out if you listen and you speak 24/7, you're gonna learn fast. Wow. You know.
But
Okay.
you have to go out and go to the party and don't be shy. Talk to people, even if you don't know. Go, just go.
That's a nice thing to say. Oh my God, okay, we will talk about the parties, and she has a lot of interesting stories about the flirting thing there, like how different culturally we are from them. But before we go there, Bianca, what can a Brazilian expect from the moment you arrive in the country and you start interacting? Is it like a shock compared to Brazil?
It is a kind of shocking because most of the weather, I think, because the weather is really different from Brazil. It rains a lot. It is not like Brazil. People are really opening like that. Like they are helping people, but not as a Brazilian, I would say.
Okay.
But it's a shocking because it is really different. Like the buildings are different
It looks more historical, like
a lot.
oh, I'm gonna enjoy that. Looks nice. You mentioned that the contact you have with English people, they seem to be colder compared to the Irish.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They're much more colder than the Irish people. The Irish people are more party people. I would
okay,
say.
nice, nice. All right, and this was kind of a stereotype that I had, because of movies and stories. that you will go there, you will see these old people in front of the pubs drinking and tell stories. What was the first impression you had from the people there, like when you started walking on the streets and
Wow. It's a really hard question because it's so many years ago. Mm. To me, it was a little bit.
because you were alone? I imagine like you were looking like, oh my God, who can I ask for something? Who can I? No, 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 no.
It seems to me, you remember this movie, like European movie, like teenagers going to Europe from America to Europe.
Uh-huh.
They really have a really parties in there. It was the first thing that I thought, because it looks like they're in the center of Dublin. Because many pubs, like a lot of pubs, a lot of people like partying. Really, even outside of the pub, they are really like having parties.
Oh, that sounds amazing, actually. You imagine you. By the way, it turns out it's an interesting place to go if you are single, especially for Brazilian people. Okay, get ready, guys.
I'm saying that because I thought there was not. It wasn't in the middle of the day. It was the middle of the night. That's why
Okay.
I'm saying that, because I got into the party already.
And the first city you lived was Dublin.
Dublin.
Okay, is it very different comparing? What's the name of the other city?
The other city that I've lived was Donegal. Donegal town.
Okay, what are the main differences you could notice there?
It's really small. People are like from small countries are really small minds to
Okay.
get friendships.
Mhm. They're more in their inner circle.
Yeah,
Who
they're
are
more
you,
in their
foreigner?
They have like a really strong accent. Sometimes it's difficult to understand. Like when they ask a beer, like they have a beer we calls like a bomber.
Bummer.
And they say like a bottle bomber.
A ball of bummer, right?
When they asked me the first time that thing, I got like, what did you say?
What language are you speaking?
Are you speaking Greek?
Yeah. A bottle of bummer.
Bottle bomber.
Bummer is a terrible name for a beer. Like, what a bummer. Like, a bottle of bummer.
And they really say like that, bottle bomber.
A bottle of bummer. They talk like, okay, I'll open myself up here. I had the stereotype that they talk like leprechauns in some places.
Some
They,
places,
"Arr, let's
yeah.
go there, me, ours, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like that. Okay, so I'm not completely wrong. What were the key expressions that Brazilians can struggle? The R is very strong. Like it's like I work here. They have
Yeah.
the singing rhythm, right?
They
Like,
have the singing. Yeah.
and they say me a lot instead of mine.
They say me a lot, and they have this kind of difference from American accent. They don't say five, they say five.
Five?
They have
Like a
like really
oi.
close way of talking.
5 bottles of bombers.
It's
like
not Dublin, it's Dublin.
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 Dublin. 5. 5 bottles. Oh my God. They will say bottles, not bottles, right?
Yeah.
5 bottles of bombers. Eh?
You can have the experience like the Irish accent from the actress that calls Saoirse Ronan. A really famous actress.
There is the guy with the very deep voice, too. I think is
She has a really Dublin accent.
Oh, okay.
One of the accents, because Dublin has two different accents.
And I noticed that is like a dot, not a the.
Yeah.
It's like a da.
Yeah.
No, what
like
to say
that,
dot?
like that.
Colin Farrell. There is the guy from the movie that somebody kidnaps his family and he beats the crap out of everybody. You know, the guy from the Schindler List. You know?
Yeah.
But he has like this voice like that.
They don't say like it is like they right. They don't say like right. They say do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
They really get the thing really
say that again,
small.
please.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
They don't say do, they say do.
Do
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Okay, that's amazing. The me guys, by the way, they replace my, right?
Yeah.
It's not me like I, me, you know, you. It's like, for example, how would the Irish guy say, my dog is out there in the rain? My dog's out there in the rain.
Yeah, they
My
talk
dog's
like
out
that,
there
but
in the
it
rain.
sounds more like Scottish, I would say.
My dog's out there.
It
My
sounds
dog's
more
out.
like Scottish
They have the
accent.
other two, right?
Yeah.
My dog's out there in the rain. Anyways, but that's fascinating because it's a complete different English of what people are normally used to. Was it tough for you to adapt to? Because you talked with clients and they will ask for numbers and names and
In the beginning, yes, because I start to work in the second year. I was
okay.
there because I was kind of like shy to work. It's hard to find the job if you don't speak a little bit.
Okay, it's another good
And I
point
had
too.
I prepared myself to not working for a year. Anyway, I prepared myself financially to
Hmm.
not work for a year, just to study, just to get into the English course.
Okay, that's another amazing hint. Like, you have to be financially responsible too and calculate everything.
A lot.
Before you go there, could you have a notion of, okay, I'm going to spend about this with food, this with dorms? It's possible to find this information.
Yes.
Ah, okay, perfect. So you can actually plan ahead. What about for a Brazilian guy being an immigrant to find a job there? What can you tell us about it? Is it bureaucratic? Is it stuff? Okay, let's go. You have a functional English, so.
Yeah, it depends of the place that you find the job in, because sometimes you have the place who asks for the number, like working number, like is a kind of document that you have to work there. But sometimes they give you a letter so you can get this number. But sometimes to have this number, you have to have this letter, and sometimes they ask you for the number before they give you the letter. It depends of the place that you find the job.
Okay. And
I was lucky that I find a job first, and they give me the letter, so I got
you got a perfect timing because the day how did you do? You saw a pub and said, I'm gonna go there and talk to them.
No, I was searching a lot
Because you
first.
said that the first moment you talked to the person said, oh, Fulana left. There is a spot here.
Yeah. No, I was searching first, like days first.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that hard if you don't feel like shy to find. Even if you don't know, they don't have an experience, you can say you can talk to them like I have no experience of working in a pub, but I really would like to work there.
Nice.
There's it like I really would like to have experience in your culture there, so I can really live the Irish culture in the spirit.
That's a very nice hint. So I honestly, literally pays there.
Yeah.
Because
It was my
really. Like, and you talked to like the owner of the pub, the manager.
yeah, the manager.
And
But the manager nowadays is my friend.
oh, nice. So
Because he was a really, really kind person. It was like this pub, they have a lot of immigrations who work there. So they have a really open minds to immigrations people.
That's nice. So, from the moment you talk to the person, how long before you started, waiting and attending the tables and working already? It was like, okay, do it, or it start
They-
tomorrow.
They asked me to start 2 days after.
Nice.
2 days after.
Okay, and
I was like blowing mind because they have a lot of people inside the pub, so you cannot really move yourself sometimes with the beers. It's really hard in the beginning.
it always blows my mind when I am in a pub. Do they have any type of? It sounds silly what I'm gonna ask you right now, but it's a genuine question. Do they train you how to hold the tray with full of beer? How? Because I don't see waitress and waiters dropping trays everywhere.
No, they
What
don't.
the hell happens there? It's like magic. Like they're oh my god, 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 oh my god.
That was my problem in the beginning because it didn't train me at all. Like just watching the others.
She makes sound so simple. I just watch it and then.
No, I was lucky in this moment because I had Irish boyfriend in the time, he was a waitress before he was a English teacher. That's why I learn English so fast. It is the kind of like,
Yeah, you really need to get yourself immersed in the culture.
hey, I got in the culture for sure.
Find a mate there. Okay.
But he helped me with the tips because he already worked with the waitress. He got me like he told me some kind of vocabulary, so I could understand better what was there, because they don't teach you. They don't really.
It's like just go.
Just go.
And the clients in general, were they nice, or because you were starting, it's normal to make some mistakes in the situation? Were they tolerant, or say, oh my God, not that one again, or?
They were nice, to be honest. They were kind of like not really that patient, I would say, but they are kind of they understand a lot because they have a lot of immigrations there. That's why. But sometimes you ask like a person who told me, has asked me the first time, like a bottle bomber.
Bottle of bummer, a bottle of
I
bummer,
said, I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
a
She
bottle of bummer.
and she just continued to say a bottle of bomber, a bottle of bomber, a bottle of bomber. And I thought,
What is the
okay.
button? Turn off.
I thought myself, like, I got into the part of the bar and I asked the guy something like similar. Blah, 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 blah. He got it.
I didn't quite understand, but a bit of bummer. All right, true, yes.
It was quite like that.
No, but that's genius. I didn't understand, and I said what I understood. The person understands.
I just quite replied the sound. Some similar.
Can you describe how is the atmosphere of an Irish pub? The whole scene when you enter in an Irish pub, what can I expect to see? Like people playing pool, a football game on TV, some people fighting with knives. It's like a pirate bar.
Oh, you can see like they watch a lot of football stuff, but they normally like in the pubs people who play music.
But with a
jukebox.
box.
They like real bands in the pub.
Okay, like
so
music.
They get really party but they were Irish culture songs. They really like that, like Celtic songs. They really enjoy. They really get drunk to sing.
Like a person with an accordion and a violin, and like.
Yeah. They really like that.
That's my version of the song.
And the woman get really drunk. No, they drink a lot, but they don't get drunk. Sorry, they don't get really drunk, but they party a lot.
Man, that's amazing. They have some type of tolerance. It's like Russian people with vodka.
Yeah, I got really surprised because they can drink a lot without getting drunk.
Man. Okay, people are thinking about that as well, because what are the differences of the way single people behave in Brazil and there when you see in the pub? Because the guys are not quite like the guys here, and the girls are very different too.
I would say the girls, it's not that different from here.
Okay.
But the guys are shy in general. They're really, really shy. And sometimes you can see like a Brazilian girl with you. Like, I'm looking at him, I'm giving signs to him, but he's not coming to me. Why?
And
because
the girl
he's
is
shy.
like this, no, with the flags. A neon approach. And the guy's like, I don't know, man. I'm not sure she wants anything.
Because normally they are expecting the girls to come.
And this for me is very different of.
They're really
when they are flirting.
Sometimes they get into you and offering drinks to start the conversation, but you can see. In the beginning, they are really, really shy.
Like they're shaking, like, can I get you something?
Hi!
Oh my God.
Really shaking sometimes. Yeah.
The girls from Brazil, they are predators when they go there then. It's like, okay, let me see. Oh my God, I liked that one. And the guy's like this, oh my God, what do I do? But then the things are different when Brazilian guys go there, right?
Yeah.
And
it's good for the girls there. They really enjoy it. They really enjoy Brazilians, man. They really enjoy it.
That's amazing. If you're Brazilian, you are single, you want to learn English, I will give you an amazing Irish motivation, you know? Go there and you get a girl there, you know? Like, be happy. But we were talking before, comparing with the Italian people too. Something you said that was very interesting. In Irish, the whole shy thing is because it's a matter of being respectful too, right?
Yeah.
The way they think, the guys think,
Yeah.
is like they are so focused in not being like invasive or disrespectful that they will not even start a conversation.
Yeah.
Mm.
In general, they behave like that because they are afraid of their mothers. Their mothers.
They are afraid of their mothers.
Yeah, because my ex-boyfriend mother says to him, if you behave really, really bad with a woman and I get no, you're gonna talk to me. You're not gonna like the talking.
Man,
And that's really, really heavy to them.
it's a very strong culture in this case. Interesting. So, how was the conversation with his mother? Because there is a thing too, right? She has to approve the girlfriend or something like that.
They're not really like that, but they behave the way like she's a woman, I am a woman. You have how can I say? You have
Like a moral duty to
No,
respect.
you have a woman at home, so you can see how to behave because I teach you how to behave with a woman. So I expect from you behave with other women like you behave with me.
Oh, but that's the basic thing. That's
But
amazing.
they are really strong by that because they are really bossy sometimes.
The
The
mothers.
mothers, they're really bossy sometimes.
Oh, okay, that's not cool then. You mentioned something very funny about you can tell if the girl is hunting or not. Take notes, guys.
That's really funny.
Yeah, like when you were working and you could tell, like, hunting, divorce. No, I'm joking.
No, you're gonna see by their clothes, more of their clothes, because they have like this kind of thing that we have here. We drink first that we got in the pub or in the
Oh,
place.
they're warming up.
They're warming up,
Okay.
exactly. They have this kind of thing, but they wear like really
Provocative.
provocative, and they have the shoe, the
High heels.
high heels. Yeah,
You told me you could see they change, like they are wearing sneakers.
they change when they have more experience by hunting. Because they know they get drunk sometimes, and it's really hard to walk by the streets of Dublin because this like the street that we have here, like
Cobblestones.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
and it's really hard to walk.
Yeah.
So they change the shoes.
I mean, I don't know exactly, but I can tell.
So they have more experience if they have the shoes to change.
Imagine you are with the girl in the bar. Okay, let's go to my place. And then, okay, one moment. And then she removes the high heels and she put like some.
No, but at that point, they're normally really drunk. They don't change it.
Okay. But that's.
You have to help them, like.
Okay, let's go. Like.
Yeah. But they like it. This kind of helping by guys.
Really? Like
Yeah, they use
you
like
can
a
lean on
little
my
bit.
arm and this
Yeah.
type of stuff. Okay, so the tips is you need to have initiative but not be rude, like start a conversation. You mentioned that they kind of feel happy when the guy initiates, like, oh my God, finally somebody,
Yeah.
you know. And they flirt with even with the waiters there. When you see what's the thing with a table full of women there?
They kind of provocative, like they have this kind of behavior, like joking with the waitress.
Ah, okay.
If they have like woman by 50,
Mm-hmm.
they joke about it.
Ah, like cool girls.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, come here. All right.
They
Okay.
expect like a table. You find a table just with a woman. They expect a waitress, a man, a waitress, not a girl, a waitress.
Oh, and
So
they don't tip if it's a woman, right?
sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Of course, it depends of the group, of course.
Okay.
but sometimes they are there just to joke about it themselves, and they like men to joke with it.
Man, that's very interesting.
Because they like the way the men are really shy.
Okay.
They enjoy it.
In a cute way.
Like the waitress get there with the drinks and they joke about it. It got really like,
oh my god, what
gosh.
do I do? No.
And they start to laugh. They really enjoy it. It's really, really cool.
Until they do this with a Brazilian waiter, the waiter. Like, okay, la la la, la 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 la, and and that's interesting. What about the cultural shock in general? About the food they eat there. I only knew the kind of that British breakfast that for me looks beautiful because it's everything I like to eat is there pretty much. You know, the bacon, the eggs, and the beans in the morning for me is weird.
Yeah.
And you told me that the beans are kind of sweet and it's different. And but the toast and the other things, it was okay. What was the normal food you noticed they eat there?
The vegetables, potatoes for sure.
Okay.
I would say that only Irish has their own potato.
Really?
I'm joking because they really, really enjoy eating potatoes because of the history as well. Because they have this kind of period like England got in Ireland, and they forced to people eat this kind of stuff because the only thing they had.
Okay, can grow everywhere.
Because England was really, really bad with Irish people in the moment. They really got hungry at that time, so that's why they eat a lot of vegetables.
Interesting.
And most of it potatoes, because they survive with potatoes.
Is there like a kind of beef with Irish people and British people?
A lot.
So that's another good takeout. Like if the person is Irish, I saw this. I told you it was an interview with the Cillian Murphy's, the guy who plays Thomas Shelby. The reporter said, "No, because you guys are British." He automatically cut him off. Said, "No, I'm Irish." And I think it was Tom Hardy. You know, Tom Hardy is a very like relaxed guy. Was like, go there. You know, like he knew the guy had done like a gaffe, something like this. So they wouldn't like if you call an Irish guy a British guy.
It's not because just they don't really like English culture, but they really enjoy being Irish because of the Celtic stories. They really enjoy their culture. That's why they really get stressed a little bit when they call them English. Because they say that normally you can get like really angry Irish people when you call him English. They say, "I'm not fucking English." They really get angry because they say like this phrase for sure, like literally, they're bastards.
Love this accent. They're bastards. They swear a lot too, huh?
A lot.
I will not say here, but they love to use the C word.
Yeah, they use the F word as well as a comma.
As a comma. Yeah. Don't you fucking know what I'm saying?
They talk a lot. Yeah.
You bloody bastard.
You're gonna hear a lot this word.
Yeah, they're gonna learn a lot of bastards, a lot of bloody, and a lot of, I would not say the C word because if an American watches this, it's gonna be like, what? He said a C word. You know, the C word is connected cut. Are they superstitious people, or is that like? Because another impression that I had.
In general, yes. Most of it, yeah.
But even the young people.
I don't really know about much of the young people, but they enjoy like the folklore, they culture. I have to say, they really enjoy telling people from outside their stories, like Celtic stories. They really enjoy that.
There is the Bloody Mary version. We were talking the Banshee. The Banshee.
There's the noise.
Yeah.
You're really afraid of the noise.
Okay, prepare your ears, guys. Is there something like this? The Banshee is the spirit of a dead woman-like thing that will appear from the woods. And the thing is, it appears for somebody who's gonna die.
Exactly.
So it's like an omen.
If you hear the noise, prepare yourself. You're
No,
gonna die.
you already have to get your affairs in order, right? Like, okay, the house goes to Jimmy, the dog stays with Mary. And what's the other thing they say about leprechauns?
They really like joking about leprechauns when cannot find your stuff. They say the leprechaun got it. I can't, because when you know that kind of situation that they have, and we have as well. Like you're trying to find something and you can't find it. And you ask your mother, and your mother say, "If you cannot find it, it's because the leprechaun got it."
Oh, no, in Brazil is if I go there and I find the Jiripoca is gonna chirp.
Yeah.
If I go there and I find it, say, oh my God, I have to find the thing. Yeah, the flip-flop are gonna sing. That's an amazing one. Oh yeah, I can't forget to ask you. I'm gonna read the chat here. Do you remember any crazy story that happened while you were there, or one that
about the knockers.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Something here. Okay. Are you working there? What? Okay. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Isaac. Hi, Leo. Hi, Caroline. Okay. Okay, they were talking about the context in an interview. Did you have any experience with nanas in Ireland?
Nanas, it is the knockers. As another name for knockers.
Perfect timing, huh?
Yeah, perfect timing.
We're gonna cover that in a minute, okay? I can hear some Irish accent when she speaks. I love the way you say that. And bastard, too. It's not bad, it's like bastard.
I really got the accent from this actress.
Yeah.
Saoirse Ronan.
Nice. Caroline saying potatoes. My gosh, they eat a lot of potatoes, fried, boiled, baked, smashed. Like
exactly.
All right. Okay, so tell me about the knackers and the nanas.
The nanas are knockers and the same people.
It's like a gang term.
Yeah, the gang term from people takes a lot of drugs.
It's equivalent to our crackheads in a way.
Like really poor people who takes a lot of drugs. Who really got in the city. Sometimes they're really like I would say they look like a zombie sometimes.
Okay.
They look like a zombie.
If you live in São Paulo, you know
because they use crack.
Okay.
It's really like the crack stuff is a kind of joke in Ireland because they ask you what is the crack.
Ah, yeah, like what's going on?
What's
the crack?
On? But from the knockers, not good.
You don't ask that. If they understand where instead of what, you can have a problem. Yeah.
But they don't like people from outside of Ireland.
Then the knockers don't like.
They don't like Irish people anyway. They don't like anyone.
Yeah.
They don't like anyone. They really have this kind of groups,
it's like a tribalism
teenager
there.
Groups.
Okay.
They're really aggressive. Sometimes they enjoy themselves, like throwing eggs on people. Like they're really. If you're
passing by, somebody throws
if you're walking by yourself, sometimes you can get an egg from them just because they like to being aggressive with someone.
You get home. What happened? What is this smell? Oh, I got egged.
Sometimes they get your bike. Sometimes they get your phone. So they are really.
So they commit crimes too.
They commit crimes.
It's not only the prank thing.
They commit crimes.
Okay. Are they violent too? Like people get into a fist fight?
Yeah, sometimes they get really violent. I remember one time I was trying to get in some places to get my documents, and I didn't know where to get there. And I saw from like really, really far from me a group, and I could see there was knocker group. And I got there to ask for information. It's really hard to me when I got really close, like, oh my God, fuck, I'm gonna die here. And I saw like a taxi man really getting like, you need help.
Ah, okay.
You want to go with me? Like, get out of there. And I got out of there.
Oh, good. And Have you ever seen any bar fight or anything like this? Somebody making a scene, or because there is dancing, there is alcohol, people really know how to behave there.
I never saw a fight, to be
Man,
honest.
that's impressive.
I never saw a fight.
And
Sometimes they're really drunk and they fight for drinks with the family.
I never saw a fight, but once.
You know,
Buy it's
you know
my
when you're
bottle of
gonna-
bubble.
you're gonna ask for a drink in the bar.
Mhm.
Sometimes they see you really drunk, they not gonna give you anything.
Ah, okay.
They fight for their drinks, and they have
I'm
this
an
kind of
adult. I'm gonna have another pint.
and they have this kind of security who gets this man like outside.
Ah, right.
But it's really, really in the smooth way, I would say.
Ah, okay. The bouncer will not like get a rare neck choke in the
Yeah.
middle of everybody.
They come with me.
Ah, okay. Man,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. They're really mature. And you can't, another thing, we can cover that, is important too. What are the things that Brazilians should never do there? One thing is like you can't drink on the streets, right?
Yeah, you cannot drink on the streets. It's really a thing that you can get a fine. Sometimes you should be aware where you are crossing the street if you don't see the lines, because sometimes you can get a fine.
Really, if you cross the street wrongly, you can get a fine.
It depends where you are, you can get a fine.
So you have to cross in the
I know a
pedestrian
person who
walk.
got a fine
Damn, that's impressive too.
because you have to follow the rules.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. No, it's because
They make you following the rules.
in Brazil it's so crazy because we have a thing here, at least here in São Paulo state, this law didn't catch. Like people, oh, there is this law, but nobody follows it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, remember the first aid kit that you were obligated to have. I feel old. Every episode I say this. There is this first aid kit that you were obligated to have in your car. And then there was another law about a fire extinguisher too. But were laws that people simply decide to ignore. Like imagine, like, oh, there is a law here, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, normally Irish people follow the rules. Not all of them, of course, because there's many kind of people everywhere. But in general, they follow the rules
All right.
because they see that they live better in this way.
And what's the other way that Brazilians should behave when they start interacting with them? Because it's not directly as we do here, like, oh, please, like a bottle of water. I almost said a bottle of bummer, but
It's like English teach you have to be really polite when you get when you get in a coffee shop. Sometimes people who are working there expect yourself to be polite, for sure, like saying good morning. The first phrase you have to say good morning because there is a person working there and they really expect you to be polite with them. Because if you don't say, like, if you say something like, give me a cappuccino, they gonna look at you and say, like, good morning.
nice.
Really, like, strong face, like, good morning to you.
It doesn't matter that you are a customer. If you're rude, they will not respect you. Okay, so take notes too, guys. And
I would say, like, because sorry if I interrupt you.
don't
But they say that because even if you get on the bus, people there is a video as well who has a really old woman. I don't know if it is in Ireland, but I know that in England they have this kind of way to behave as well. When you got in the bus, you say hi to the driver, and when you go out, you say thank you to the driver because you're gonna get out in the same place, so you're gonna see the driver, and people say that thank you. They say thank you, and that is this video that a woman say, "Thank you, driver. Thank you. Bye. Bye."
I can't forget, Man, that's interesting. It's like a basic level of human interaction that kind of at least makes the person, okay, somebody's paying attention on me. I'm not like merged with the scenario, Nice. A lot of cultural differences. And what's the impression that Irish people have from Brazilians? Ole samba,
The biggest The biggest thing I think is when Brazilians expect to make a lot of barbecue there because it's raining a lot and Irish people once heard from Brazilians, we're gonna make a lot of barbecues when we got there. No. It's gonna rain a lot. But Brazilians have this kind of way to make barbecue anywhere, even if it's raining.
Yeah,
And
we
they
will
get
put a
really,
tent
and
there.
they get really impressed by that. It's raining, and you got something to just cover the thing here, and you, even if it's really cold, you're Brazilian outside making this barbecue. They get really impressed by our energy to make party or have this kind of reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And they really enjoy it.
Okay.
They really enjoy
so
that.
So the social aspect of the Brazilian in you should be cultivated there. That's nice. And are they impressed with the food we eat, the way we cook?
A lot.
You mentioned something about that.
If you put onions and garlic in the rice, they got really like, what the fuck is a magic?
Their rice is kind of boring compared
to when you fry the onions and the garlic, they get really impressed by the smell.
Yeah,
it's really
the kitchen smell that says welcome.
Cook, you already start to cook, you have this very already. They get really impressed because normally they put the water to heat, they put the rice, salt, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no taste. I would say that normally, because I got there from a woman, Irish woman, they really like enjoying the real taste of the stuff.
Okay. So some people would exaggerate.
Really, most of the vegetables. They don't put much stuff. They really enjoy like tasting the real taste of the vegetables.
So
or this
it's not
kind
like
of
the
stuff.
type of people that would put ketchup on the pizza.
Sometimes they do it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who make Italians really crazy when they put
Oh boy.
they put a little this kind of stuff on the pizza, like fruits, a specific fruit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One thing that I would do just to provoke her is to break the spaghetti things. Like, hey Bianca, I'm gonna cook some spaghetti. Look, just to getting her Italian nerves. But it's not a big of a deal, right?
Nowadays, no, because they know people are gonna try to provoke them a lot by that. They really get nuts if you put oil in the water to heat.
Yeah, if you want to make an Italian person,
don't put oil in it. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to them. Like, by physically, they really get really aggressive sometimes. Like, you got to in the school. Like, physically that water and oil doesn't mix, so it doesn't make any sense. You put oil there, you're gonna spend oil for nothing. Why are you doing this? And they make like really that, like, why are you fucking doing that?
You start to talk about something Italian, your personality change. Why are you doing this? It makes no sense. You go to school, you start doing that. You know how physics work. Yeah. And they put salt in the water, and what you said that is important. Really boil the water, right?
Before you have to boil the water first, then you put the salt.
Oh, makes sense. Oh.
You have to. It have to taste like the ocean. The water have to taste like the ocean.
That makes sense too.
By salting, I mean.
There is an interesting question here from Danielle. Have you ever needed medical assistance there in Ireland, and how was that?
I didn't get the question.
Have you ever needed medical assistance, like going to a hospital or anything like this?
I got in the hospital one time. I got really crazy.
And was it difficult, bureaucratic comparing to Brazil? Or?
It was difficult to explain to them because I was allergic by some medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And they got really, really just like, the blue.
The 404, the blue screen of that.
Because they search on Google, what is that? Like, what the fuck is that you saying? We don't have here, or we have another name, so we can have to find. so we cannot give you. We can give you another kind of medicine from you.
This is a
To you,
very
sorry.
good question, Danielle, and a very good recommendation. So check the medical terms of every antibiotics or anything that any medication that you take on regular basis or may have to take because of this. And if you are sick, you are a bit nervous too. It would be difficult. Like, oh, I don't know, just give me anything, you know.
But they behave in a really, really different way, I would say, because if you have to get antibiotic, they gonna give you like the thing, the letter to get in the pharmacy, but in the pharmacy they give you just the thing you're gonna take, not the whole packet.
Really?
They gonna count and they're gonna cut it to you.
Man, that is impressive.
Just if you have to take
for 3
20,
weeks, they will calculate. Oh, you're gonna take this once a day, 3 weeks. Boom, 21
they
pills.
don't give the whole box. They don't give you.
Yeah,
Just to make sure you're not gonna take much. But they sell some like it's quite hard to understand because sometimes they sell some medicines in the supermarket, like paracetamol.
Yeah.
They sell there. And one time I asked my ex-boyfriend, why did they sell that thing? Because it's a kind of medicine.
It is, yeah.
It's not something that you can take by yourself easily like that. And he told me something like that. But people have the limit to take in the supermarket. You can get 1 box by 1 person, 2 box by 1 person, but you can change the market.
Yeah.
You can.
That's your Brazilian brain working there. Brazilians are like that. Why don't you just change the market? And Bianca, one last thing. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. What were the nicest things you found there? What would you recommend for people to do, places to go, to have fun there, to really know the culture and the place? Oh, this place is, I forgot the name, I think it's Cliffs of Moher, something
Cliffs of Moher.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
If I'm not talking wrong.
It's something like that.
Wrong, yeah. It's a really nice place, but I would say that you can visit other cities like Galway, Limerick. It's really good too, because they have sometimes, even in the end of the year, they have some like course in the middle of the street. You can enjoy there the things. I would say any part of the Ireland you can enjoy by yourself, but some stuff you're gonna find really similar to the other cities, because they say if it's raining, because it's raining a lot in Ireland, they normally say it doesn't rain in the pub.
That's a nice saying. Yeah.
That's why you're gonna find a lot of people in the pub. Doesn't rain in the pub.
Yeah, makes sense. One thing that is very important for us to talk, you can have a regular job there and have a nice quality of life.
Yeah.
We were talking to Claudia about that. So can you give them some recommendation about that too? Because you are here in vacation in Brazil, like traveling to another country, right?
Yeah, the good thing is you can find yourself enjoying going by a lot of museums, because they have a lot of museums and are not that expensive. Sometimes they have the days, cheaper days. It is a good thing that you cannot find that much here, I would say, as you can find there. And some experience, like you can have like money to go to another country by buying some flights, really cheap flights, so you can go to another country and see a lot of stuff in a week, and the end of the week.
You drove to another country, right? You drove to another country.
Yeah, from Portugal to Italy.
Imagine, like, I'm gonna
3 days driving.
I'm gonna get my car and go to another country.
Yeah, it is a good thing, but people normally do by getting a ticket and going by train. It is good some experience as well.
Yeah.
Because some of the trains you can sleep inside, so you can
Ah,
sleep in the middle of the traveling.
that's nice. It's like those with those big glass windows, and you have
Yeah.
like, oh, nice. Guys, thank you so much for all the questions here. Okay. And a final message to our listeners.
Enjoy yourself when you go there. Drink a lot of beers, a lot of pints.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to share the video, okay? This show is brought to you by Times Idiomas, and I hope to see you next week on our next episode of Talking Times. I'm stuttering because I'm thinking about having a beer right now, you know? Bye bye, guys.